Generally, the way of building is austere. However, there are a number of isolated cases that represent authors with a greater budget to invest in the work. In such cases, it is common to see an evident yearning reflected, achieve local cartoonish ideals. And not so much. You can usually see searches for ideas with a shipping language like ships. Elements linked to the coastal imaginary, also others related to lines of ways of living, like relaxation, yoga, meditation and surfing. The problem is not the desire to associate and want to make a wink to the place where they are, but they are very literal in the translation of the concept. Considering the above, from time to time there are some elements to rescue. If you start digging in those cases, you begin to conclude that behind what is built in operation has been devised. Such operations hide the search for something. It can be, for example, to think about a daily life situation, how to access the interior enclosure. It is finally how they are materialized. The choices that have been taken later in the process in sequence define the quality of the work. Is another key phase. The project seeks to respond to the change in dynamics in how it is inhabited in the city. Cultural changes due to tourism growth and all the factors that have been causing it. There are some projects that are key pieces in the first line to constitute and shape the coastal edge so as to be an urban contribution delivering accessibility to the public use of beaches and delivering various services. And this is intended to add to that idea. Building strategy. It has been the result of the search for a main space, a wide hall that will make possible a sufficient free distance in accordance with the scale of the building, and the place for accommodate that range of people inside, a place to meet each other, to see the landscape, a playful space from inside and outside the building. Consisting of a hall, a pavilion bar, an underground area and two blind bodies in the access of services. Designed according to the construction of its parts by modules. Elements repeated throughout the building, combined materials, reinforced concrete, wooden floor and ceiling. A series of galvanized steel pieces and a membrane with a mesh cover. Modular and functional way to streamline the process of construction and possible changes in the future. Design a building under the logic of versatility. It is positive in relation to changes in uses, typical of cultural changes in society and the dynamics of cities. But always building on that basis may not be the best option. However, in the case of Cape, it was thought that way. A versatile, flexible, resistant, and resilient building, it has conditions to resist change. Cape is a fictional and ambitious project, in relation to the issues raised in structure, spatiality and relationship context. Ambitious because raising something of such nature and complexity requires a lot of time and dedication to take away. The greater challenge is be understood. Otherwise it is nothing more than a waste of time for one and the others. It means a bit more complex when it comes to the project. It is not immediately corrected by specialists, then you go in uncertainty. Possibly such an issue may be a constraint. development and positive result. However, it is very risky. Betting staking much great cost. If architecture is today able to stimulate critical thinking and nonconformist, can only do so through much more radical interventions.